All right. Okay, so if you are between the ages of 16 to 20, I think this video would be perfect for you. And this is what I've learned so far for almost over a decade. And even though there are some experiences that I would not share, this is definitely one of them. So obviously I've written everything down. Very recently I've gone into a little bit of writing, and I hope my fruits of writing is going to show through me speaking through whatever this video entails. All right, so very simple. There's one skill and one skill only that you would need for the rest of your life. It is the skill to learn. Now, obviously that seems pretty simple, but let me help you increase it by like tenfold, basically. Being humble is being able to put your head down and work almost like a machine, if you were to put it like that. Take yourself, and let's compare it to a different person. A person who is more focused, more dedicated, who would stop at nothing for their goals, relentless, if you will, right? So, egoless, prideless, yet humble, and in some ways, hungry. Now, there is a saying where ego will kill your dreams and slash success. And I don't know if that's a saying, but I made it up on the spot, okay? So here is a part of it. Set aside your pride and remain humble by learning from those ahead of you and basically being able to learn from their mistakes. Now, obviously, there's some people out there who's like, what is wrong with having a ego, or rather being confident? There's nothing wrong with being confident. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance, right? If you're confident in your ability to work and, display outputs worth the work itself, then you should be able to improve marginally, right? But I'm not saying to be arrogant, which is different. It's like being an asshole and being a gentleman, if you will. That is my comparison for it. And what you want to do is, okay, let me see. Do not stick your head up too high, or people will find a way to cut you down, right? They may even refuse to give you advice or teach you. Now, as much as possible, you want to learn between those ages of 16 to 20. You are in that time where you have the most time to yourself and the most time to focus on yourself. Realistically speaking, 16 to 25, but for the sake of this video, 16 to 20. And within that time frame, you want to learn as much as possible so that you can get ahead of almost everyone. Almost everyone, big yoo-hoo, right? Whew. A prideful man has a great way to maintain in the same place by not moving forward. Meaning, pretty self-explanatory. That prideful man will just maintain a great reputation, maybe great reputation, but not being able to move forward and effectively improve, right? However, being humble, on the other hand, allows you to learn from others, especially, and reflect on yourself more often than you might think. And ignore that bicycle in the background because it's being a fucking asshole. Yeah. Alright, so basically the main point of this is to just set aside your ego, reduce yourself to just a dude. Like, if you were the dude, right, you would probably have to worry about almost everything you did. But if you're just a dude, you probably wouldn't care as much because you're just a dude. You're not the dude, but you're just a dude. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't, Yes, if you don't, I'll break it down a little bit more. Let's say you're confident, right? You're confident in your abilities to work, so on and so forth, to the point where you do not seek help from others. Now, obviously, I would not recommend that. I would recommend you seek help from almost everybody and anybody that can help you achieve your goals, right? Doesn't matter if you're shameless, um, shameless in a sense, but as long as you're able to, keep learning, it's fine. Um, let's see, what else is here? So yes, I did say, okay, think about a path of the humble and the prideful. The prideful would have to obviously walk down a path of thorns and go through all the mistakes that everybody else would have gone through. But if you were humble enough, you'll probably learn from other people's mistakes. And those mistakes, obviously, are still there, but you do manage to avoid a large chunk of it. Now, you might go through a little bit of a mishap here and there, but that is natural to come. And in fact, almost even better. Now, not to say that you want to keep making mistakes, but you want to make enough mistakes and avoid them in the future, right? So, yeah, that's about almost it. And obviously, there's something else, that is the ability to learn, adapt, or reflect. And if you have that ability, you could win almost anybody, I would say. Obviously not everybody, but almost anybody that you know. Anybody that you know physically, who are your friends or someone close to you, whoever, right? Um, okay, so be humble, and obviously, you should not assume that you are more intelligent, hardworking, so on and so forth, athletic, because of the situation you are currently in, or a situation that has happened in the past. And unless you're able to replicate that situation many, 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 many times, you have no say at all. You have nothing to say. If you did it one time, respectfully, congratulations, you started. But if you keep focusing on that one win, it's probably going to keep you there at that one win. It's not going to make sure that you obviously improve. Now, so fuck the past. The past is the past now. In the present, do what you will so that your future will be what you want it to be. All right? Much love, guys.